Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Dental Hygiene Class of 2027 White Coat Ceremony. At this time, I would like to invite Professor Hannah Medrano, Assistant Professor from the Department of Periodontics and Dental Hygiene, to lead our students into their processionals. You may be seated. Welcome, everyone. My name is Raha Naderi, and I am an assistant professor in the Department of Periodontics and Dental Hygiene, and also the Director of Community Outreach at the School of Dentistry. It is my distinct honor to welcome our students, families, friends, faculty, staff, administration, and distinguished guests, and those joining us online. The White Coat Ceremony is one of our landmark traditions and truly one of our favorites. Historically, we held this ceremony during orientation, but this year, we chose to move it to the end of the first semester, right before students enter the clinic. And this change has given the ceremony a deeper meaning. To our students, when you first arrived, everything was new. A new school, new expectations, and new faces. But now, months later, you have built something real together. You have formed friendships, shared long study days, supported one another, and grown into a united class with shared goals and shared dreams. Because of that, receiving your white coat today carries a different weight. You know why you're here. You understand the effort it has taken to reach to this milestone. And you know that from this moment forward, your work will touch the lives of real patients who will depend on your compassion, your skill, and your professionalism. To the families and loved ones, thank you for your encouragement that has carried these students to this day. To our faculty and our leadership, thank you for all your support. So now we will have some introductions and greetings from our various UTSD administration and dental hygiene faculty and our distinguished guests. But first, I would like to introduce our panel of administrators and faculty and our distinguished guests. Please hold your applause until we are done with the introductions. First, Dean of our school, Dr. John Valenza. Dr. Ralph Cooley, Assistant Dean for Admissions and Student Services. Dr. Shelly Patel, Associate Dean for Patient Care. Dr. Juliana Barros, Assistant Dean for Clinical Education. Ms. Chanel Bell, Director of Patient Care and Support Services. Dr. Nicola Angela, the Department Chair for Periodontics and Dental Hygiene. Dr. Harold Henson, Dental Hygiene Interim Program Director. And we have our keynote speaker, Ms. Lori Jones here, and I will introduce her later fully. And we also have Dr. Margot Melcher, one of our former faculty, and also she's an alumna from our school in class of 1991, and she was the former director of community outreach, and she serves on the Texas State Board of Dental Examiners. We also have our dental hygiene faculty here, Professor Patel, Associate Professor from the Department of Periodontics and Dental Hygiene, and she's also the Director of Health Promotion. Professor Sumaya King, Assistant Professor from the Department of Periodontics and Dental Hygiene. Professor Hannah Medrano, Assistant Professor from the Department of Periodontics and Dental Hygiene, and Professor Teresa Dufresne from the Department of Periodontics and Dental Hygiene. Thank you all for being here. So now it is my pleasure to introduce Dean Valenza to come and give his greetings.
Good morning. Well, welcome family, friends, guests, sponsors, and of course the class of 2027. It's my distinct honor to greet you today on this very, very special occasion. Today you will of course hear about the significance of the white coat and what it means, class of 2027, as you begin to care for patients. But where does your class, your program, our school, and the profession fit into the big picture in the profession? So how about we look at a few numbers? Let's start with number one for each one of you in the class of 2027. Next, 220,000. That represents the number of dental hygienists in the United States. 28. That's where dental hygiene ranks in the latest ranking by U.S. News and World Report on the best 100 jobs in the United States, 28. But number 10 in the best jobs in healthcare. 327, the number of dental hygiene programs in the United States, 26 of those in the state of Texas. 18, the number of dental hygiene programs of that 327 in the U.S. that are based in a dental school. So you can see most of the dental hygiene programs in the U.S. are not dental school based. And class of 2027, I made comments to you about that, right? You remember orientation, right? Just last week. About what special opportunities there are going to a program based in a dental school. Okay, a little closer to home, 121. This school is in its 121st year of existence, starting in 1905. 71. Our dental hygiene program is in its 71st year, starting in 1955. 12. The number of dental hygiene faculty, a world-class faculty, plus with the staff of the department supporting the program. 2. Less than 2 years from now, you'll be walking across the stage graduating. And 1, well, back to number 1, each and every one of you are the class of 2027. The difference you will make in each other's lives, you already have. I know you, the time you've had here so far, getting to know each other, work with each other. The difference you will make in the lives of other people here at the school, and you already have, and certainly the difference you will make in the lives of your patients. So congratulations, class of 2027, on this wonderful day as we welcome you into the profession. And again, a special welcome to all the family and guests here today. Thank you.
Now I would like to invite Dr. Raf Cooley, our Assistant Dean for Admissions and Student Services.
Well, good morning. Congratulations, class of 2027. And friends and family in attendance, I would say congratulations too. As Professor Naderi said, without your encouragement, love, and support, this day wouldn't be possible. So congratulations to you as well. I have to mention one number that Dr. Valenza didn't mention, and that is number 1. And because I think we have the best dental hygiene program in the country, the number 1 program. I'm a little biased, I have to admit, but that's the number I would add. I would say to you, class of 2027, this truly is a milestone in your career. And the word milestone was used in ancient times. They used that in Rome as travelers went along the road, about every mile, they would put a stone in the road to mark where they were progress-wise, to show the significance of their journey and to remember where they had been on the journey. We've used that in today's term figuratively now to talk about different parts in our journey of life. Today is definitely a milestone. It's a milestone that you'll remember the rest of your life, but it's just one of thousands of milestones that you're going to have in your professional career as you take care of people and make a difference in people's lives. So enjoy this day, enjoy the milestone, celebrate it, know that there are many more to come. And I say congratulations to you as you're into the profession. And a great profession it is of dental hygiene and dental health care. So thank you.
Now I would like to invite Dr. Shelly Patel, our Associate Dean for Patient Care.
It's never fair to follow Dr. Cooley and Dr. Valenza and their speeches, but here we are. So it's my honor to welcome you all to today's White Coat ceremony. As was mentioned, this moment marks the beginning of your professional journey in dental hygiene. Today, we also celebrate your families whose support and encouragement have helped you reach this milestone. Parents, families, speaking as a mom myself, I know how proud you must feel today, and perhaps a little in awe of how quickly time has passed. It seems like just yesterday, these wonderful kids were finishing kindergarten, right? Time passes and we're getting old. Members of class of dental hygiene class of 2027, as you put on your white coat today, please remember that every patient you encounter has a story, one that deserves your skill, your compassion, and your respect. May this coat always remind you of the responsibility you carry and the profound impact you will make in their lives. Enjoy your day. Congratulations.
Now I would like to invite Dr. Nicola Angelov, the Department Chair of Periodontics and Dental Hygiene. Thank you.
Well, Dr. Patel didn't mention that I follow her always, I guess, literally and figuratively. So thank you all for being here. Dean Valenza, distinguished guests, colleagues, students, and especially the incredible parents, families, loved ones, significant ones here who are today. So huge thank you for joining us. Your support is truly the bedrock for this moment. So we are truly grateful for each one of you. Dental hygiene of class of 2027, welcome. Welcome to the only profession where everyone understands that a 1 millimeter measurement difference can totally, kind of ruin your day. And yeah, you're gonna feel that 1 millimeter pretty soon, I think. So you'll hit the clinics. So I'm truly honored to be here as you celebrate this monumental step into the health profession, because you didn't just pick a profession, you choose a path, and that path is both noble and as well as profoundly impactful. Because this journey will demand compassion, dedication, and a deep commitment to improve people's lives. As periodontist, I've seen firsthand the tremendous value that a skilled dental hygienist can bring to patient care and to practices. In fact, lots of surveys actually find that the main factor for people deciding on treatment is obviously diagnosis, and dental hygienists play a very big role in that. They establish the deep rapport and the communication that is needed for that trust basically to be established. So that speaks volumes about the crucial role you will play in dental practices, because dental hygiene is not just a job. It's truly the backbone on of any successful dental practices. The practitioners here or any dentist will tell you that without a hygienist, the practice quickly loses the precision, loses the balance that actually keeps the patient care running smoothly. So the future is incredibly bright for you. As our population grows and more people keep their teeth and natural teeth longer, basically the need for you is just increasing. Some surveys basically say that, it's much more than the average, at least in the next couple of years. So the need for dental hygienists is here. So those are the opportunities, obviously, for us, for you, but the opportunities actually extend very well beyond the traditional office settings for dental hygienists these days. Dental hygienists are not only clinicians in private practice, they are also clinicians in public health institutions. We have some of those with us, even hospitals. They're also educators, teaching the next generation. We have the educators here. They're also researchers, pushing the boundaries of oral health research. And they're also administrators in some case, even in hospitals or leading, managing practices, etc. So possibilities are vast. So every single role allows you actually to make a very significant and lasting impact. So being a dental hygienist requires a unique and powerful combination of qualities. First of all, it does require empathy. To treat your anxious patients, to treat your nervous patients, requires precision to be able to deliver this skilled, delicate procedures, requires stamina to be able to handle those multiple patients per day, and also requires, finally, strong communication skills to be able to communicate with your patients and as well as your colleagues. So I'm proud to tell you, as Dr. Cooley already mentioned, the best program in the country. But our track record proves a lot of that. Our students score much above the national average on all of our exams. Our graduates are always very highly sought after by the practitioners, at least in this area. Trust me when I tell you that some offices actually start asking for dental hygienists before you have your final exam, so somewhere around that time. So that basically speaks volumes about the quality of our program. Just last year, our program actually, did almost the impossible, as Dr. Hanson always says, the historic win, where our program basically take home virtually almost all the awards that are awarded at this state level. So this success is actually not just a reflection of the amazing caliber of the students that we get, that's you, but it's also the reflection of the caliber of our faculty. So we have a phenomenal group of faculty. They're very dedicated, and we are lucky to have them, and you're truly in excellent hands here. So having said that, as you move forward, that would be my first piece of advice. It's seek the advice of your faculty, lean on your faculty, ask for guidance. Like I mentioned, we have an amazing, top-notch group of faculty, and they're here, and your success is their top priority. So they love doing what they do. I guess if they look tough, it's only because they care. And maybe they have guided generations of students in the delicate art of perfect probing techniques. That's one of my advice. My second advice for you is be relentless in the pursuit of your knowledge. Take every chance to learn. You're here to do that. Push yourself, and when you push yourself a little bit more, a little further, because this profession doesn't demand just skill, it just demands heart as well. So give it your absolute all. And finally, stay true to your responsibility, because hold yourself accountable is very important. Hold yourself accountable to your patients, to your peers, but again, most importantly, to yourself. Strive to do good every single day, and use your skills to care for those who need you, your patients. So I have full confidence you will achieve great things, both in this program and further in your career. And as you put on that white coat today, remember the feeling of excitement, this feeling of promise. Hold on to this, because that is the fuel that is going to sustain you throughout this program. Maybe the occasional cup of coffee, like in my case. So welcome to the Profession Dental Hygiene class of 2027. You are now part of the UTSD family. We are all UTSD, and we are here to support you every single step of the way. So thank you, and best of luck. Appreciate it.
Okay, so now I would like to introduce Dr. Harold Henson, our dental hygiene interim program director.
Well, good morning, distinguished administrators, faculty, honored families, and dear students. It's always amazing when I'm thinking, what will I say? And then all of my previous colleagues here have their speeches, and now I'm going to tie them all together because actually my speech ties in with all of what you have said. So with Dean Valenza, you talked about numbers, and so 2025 is a historical number for me. This is my 30 years of being a hygienist. Graduated from this fine program. For the students, when I took dental anatomy, I was like, OMG. I didn't think teeth had all these things, and I just thought of a tooth as a tooth. I've taken AMP 1 and 2. I've taken animal physiology. I've taken all the hard biological courses, but when I came here and they say, pick up that tooth and give me a number, I'm like, and I still remember I failed because one faculty put a bifurcated canine. And I thought, what in the world? And I forgot the textbook. You all helped me. It's a black textbook cover, and it was help me with that. But it was the Bible. It was the Bible. And every time I saw the incline plane of this and that, I was just like, so I'm going to tell you, I didn't do so hot my first semester, right? And now look at me here. I'm running the program. But my first time I did a dental anatomy, you pick up the tooth, you still do that, right? You still have the jars with the alcohol and the green lids. Well, that's probably one of those, or probably mine. So I remember I was in the lab and my professor was Dr. Jay Ferguson. He just scattered it on the table and he says, you got a minute, pick it up and tell me. So I did it, and it was just like, I don't have enough time. And I made a 28. A 28. I was like, okay, time to look for something else. But then, he was really great, and we went through, and it took a lot of hard love and energy, but I made it. And now it's so interesting when I'm in clinic, I'm like, oh, it's just automatic. And that's, everything in life takes practice. And that's what you all have to do is don't get frustrated. Do the practice. You got through the first semester pre-clinic, right? So now you have your foundational knowledge, but it's really more than just the books. So as far as that, I mean, if I think about my last 30 years, I would tell you I had no idea that I would be where I am today. I thought I would just be in clinical practice doing the things, like we always do. But I've had a supportive dean who's given me so many wonderful administrative opportunities, and it's been a great learning and a great career for me. So as this marks a turning point for me, it also marks a turning point for you. The white coat is more than just a fabric. So look at your coats. What do you see? What do you see? You see an embroidered logo, you see the name of the school, but really every thread on that coat represents something larger than yourself. It carries the values you carry, the responsibilities you accept, and the lives you will touch. So it's really more than the fabric. Woven into its fabric is a promise to approach each patient with skill, humility, and heart. And when you don your coat, you're not simply wearing a garment, you are stepping into a tradition long steep even in medicine, in all other healthcare professions, one stitched together by generations of clinicians who served with integrity and empathy. So think of all the people who've gone before you and all the classes that will graduate in the future. You're part of that legacy. We always say, who is the UTSD? You are the UTSD. So patients will not only look to you for knowledge, but for your compassion and respect. As you begin the next phase, remember, the code is both a privilege and a pledge to care for others, a pledge to uphold the highest standards of your profession. And to our families are here, thank you for your unwavering support. to our faculty, the countless hours of curriculum, instruction, laboratory, all that. Thank you for your guidance for our future colleagues and your mentorship. And especially to you, our students, congratulations. May the fabric of the white coat remind you of the daily impact you are capable of making. So I would just want to say we are all very proud of you and welcome to your professional journey. So I'd like to take my privilege to introduce one of my students who has gone through our program twice as entry level and as a degree completion. And what do I say? Lori Jones you've just done everything under the sun. So let me give you her formal introduction. So Lori Jones is an RDH with an MBA, highly accomplished dental professional, executive, and educator with nearly 30 decades of experience. She currently serves as the clinical director for the Alden Bridge Pediatric Dentistry, as is the CEO of Dental Assisting Prep, an innovative company to provide dental assistance training for high school students. She holds a gubernatorial appointment to the Texas State Board of Dental Examiners, where she currently is the board secretary and chair of disciplinary committee. She serves as an examiner for the dental testing agencies, and she has recently been elected to the national board dental hygiene member of the American Association of Dental Boards. Previously, she has served as director of dental services at Tamagua Health Ministries. She is driven by a passion for community service. She was a former secondary teacher for Spring ISD, and I was also a teacher for Pasadena Independent School District before coming here at the dental school. And Lori is also a past president of the Texas Dental Hygienists Association and the Greater Dental Hygienists Association of Houston. She holds an MBA in small business from LSU Shreveport and is a proud graduate of UTHealth Dental Hygiene Program entry level in 2001 and our first bachelor's degree completion program. She graduated in the class of 2006. So it's really my honor and privilege to welcome a dual alumna and especially my great friend and colleague, Ms. Lori Jones. Hear everything? Check stuff here. Oops.
Good morning. I am so honored to be here today. Welcome to the faculty, the distinguished guests, the proud families and friends, but most importantly, to our class of 2027. As a former graduate, I'm so happy to be able to share this momentous occasion with you. Dr. Melcher and I, we bring greetings on behalf of the Texas State Board of Dental Examiners, and we congratulate you on achieving this milestone. I feel like my speech is kind of a reflection of all of these speeches that you have heard today. So this is going to be wonderful, right? We'll really let the knowledge sink in. First, I want you to look around at each other. Look to your left, look to your right. You're in real clothes, right? Not just scrubs. You look gorgeous and handsome. So you look different today. And it's not just what you're wearing, though, it's your energy. You walked in this room as students of textbooks, but you will walk out of this room as students of people. We do call this the white coat ceremony. And on the surface, that sounds like, oh, is it just a fashion statement, fashion adjustment to our wardrobe? But everyone in this room knows that is not the truth. Today's not about putting on a piece of fabric. It's about crossing a threshold. You're crossing the bridge from the theoretical to the tangible. You're moving from typodonts who don't bite, don't complain about the water, they're not bleeding everywhere, right? To real human beings who have fears, anxieties, complex medical histories, and stories to tell. Getting to this chair, though, wasn't easy. And I want to acknowledge the parents, partners, families, friends, and children. I've seen some kids come in too in the audience. You have watched your student study the intricacies of head and neck anatomy until 2 a.m., right? You've watched them stress over tooth surfaces, instrument design, radiology angles. You've been their patients when they needed to try to practice their blood pressure or pulse or respirations. So this victory belongs to all of you as well. But to the students, you made it to this point. You survived the prereqs to get into school. You survived the entrance exams, application process, interviews I was just talking about with Dr. Cooley. You survived your first semester. And now you stand ready to accept this mantle of immense responsibility. But let's be honest about this journey so far. Dental hygiene school is literally one of the best kept secrets of academic intensity, right? People outside of this room often don't understand how rigorous dental hygiene school is. They think, oh, you just clean teeth, right? If they only knew. They don't know the physics involved in finding that perfect fulcrum. You're trying over and over to find that right spot. They don't know the mental gymnastics required for indirect vision, working upside down, backwards through a tiny mirror while maintaining that millimeter perfect precision. They don't know the level of microbiology, pathology, and chemistry you have absorbed. You have trained your hands to be steady, but you've also trained your minds to be sharp. You have learned that the mouth is not an isolated island, but is the gateway to the entire body. And I'm sure there are days you felt clumsy, and maybe days you felt overwhelmed. Surely not you guys, not stressed, no. Okay. And days where you have truly wondered if you had the dexterity or stamina for this. But that struggle is necessary. That struggle is the fire refining the gold in you. Because the instrument that you wield is not just the scaler or probe, that instrument is you. Your focus, your knowledge, and your integrity are the tools of your trade. The white coat you received today is a symbol that we, as your mentors, faculty, and community, we trust those tools. So let's talk a few minutes about you as the instrument. In our field, we use the term standard of care. The phrase, we use it at the state board a whole lot, standard of care. This phrase often sounds like a minimum requirement, just a checklist that you must complete. But I want you to reframe this idea. The standard of care is not just the foundation of your practice, it is the absolute bedrock or cornerstone upon which you build your extraordinary career. You're in a profession that is continuously evolving, and you must commit right now to be a lifelong student and an active champion of your expertise. This commitment to excellence requires two things: skills, mastery, and emotional resilience. You'll have the days in the clinic where the quad just seems impossible. That calc is so tenacious, right? Or where the patient is just emotionally shut down, not doing what you want them to do, or the little kid is squirming all over the chair and you're just trying to wrangle them to get your work done, right? On those days, you must summon the discipline you learned, because that discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. So as you move into this clinical experiences and rotations, and eventually onto your careers, you will encounter a phrase that I want you to banish from your internal vocabulary. You will hear patients say, "I'm just here for a cleaning." You might even have heard yourself say, "Well, I'm just a hygienist." Never say just. You are not cleaning ladies and gentlemen of the mouth. You are primary healthcare providers. You are the sentinels of systemic health. When you pick up that probe, you aren't just checking for pocket dots. You are checking for the inflammation that links heart disease and diabetes. When you do an oral cancer screening, you aren't just feeling for bumps. You could quite literally be saving a life. When you educate a patient, you aren't just lecturing, you are empowering them to take control over their own longevity. The white coat, it represents authority, yes, but more than that, it represents advocacy. You will be the one who notices the signs of an eating disorder in a teenager and speaks to them with kindness. You will be the one who sees high blood pressure in a stressed executive and urges them to see a physician. You will be the one who holds the hand of the patient who's terrified of the dentist because of past trauma, and your gentle touch will heal their fear before you ever touch their teeth. That is not just anything, that's heroic work. You are stepping into a golden age of dental hygiene. The tools you use in your careers are constantly advancing, and you must embrace that innovation. You'll master new technologies like intraoral scanners that not just create 3D models for restorative work, but for tracking mucosal changes over time. You will utilize advanced diagnostics, perhaps even chairside testing, not just for saliva biomarkers, but genome sequencing that can look at both periodontal disease and systemic illness. Your education has given you the foundational knowledge to integrate these new technologies responsibly. But let me be clear, innovation in our field is a constant reminder that the technology will change, but your touch will not. Digital scanners can map the mouth, but they cannot assess the anxiety in a patient's eyes, right? AI can analyze images, but it can't offer the compassion of a human hand on a shoulder. Your unique value lies in being the irreplaceable human link between groundbreaking science and the person in the chair. The future does require you to be adaptable and to be leaders. You're not simply employees in a dental office, like was mentioned. You're indispensable partners in this healthcare delivery. Advocate for your profession, Advocate for expanded scopes of practice. Advocate for community health initiatives. Your skill set is too vital to be confined to four walls. So with this white coat, it does come with a heaviness. We call it, when you put it on, we call it the weight of the coat. This weight is the ethics you must uphold. In the clinic, there are no shortcuts. When you're tired, when you're behind schedule, when no one is watching, integrity is doing the right thing. It is removing every piece of calculus, not just the ones that show up on x-rays. It is treating everyone with the exact same level of dignity and excellence, no matter what their economic status is. The weight is also the vulnerability of your patients. Think about it. Your patients lie back in a supine position, which is technically a position of submission, and allow you to put sharp instruments into their body, right? So that requires a level of trust that is sacred. This coat is also a promise. It is a promise that says, I will do no harm. It is a promise that says, I'll keep your secrets. It's a promise that says, I will put your health above my convenience. So when you slide your arms into these sleeves today, you are accepting that promise. You're joining, like was mentioned, the lineage of healers that goes back centuries, and you are becoming a guardian of public health. As we close, I just want you to remember one thing. We talked about the new technologies, lasers, digital scanners, airflow devices, local anesthesia finally in Texas for dental hygienists. The tech and the times will change. The science will advance, but the core of what you do will never change. Remember, it's about the human connection. Some of you will work in those high-end cosmetic practices, some in public health clinics, some in research or maybe even education. But in every single scenario, your success will be measured by not how fast you scale or how shiny the teeth look. It'll be measured by how you made people feel. Did you make them feel safe? Did you make them feel heard? Did you make them feel cared for? Today marks a moment of transition, but it also marks the beginning of your professional legacy. Years from now, when you look back, you'll remember the first patient who thanked you with tears in their eyes. You'll remember the look of relief on the face of a parent whose child you just educated on proper diet and home care. Every single day, you'll have the chance to write a small chapter in your patient's health story. Choose to make it a chapter of genuine care, meticulous work, and empowering education. Class of 2027, you're ready. You have the brains, you have the hearts, and looking around this room, I know you have the ability to make the change. So put on these coats. Wear them not with arrogance, but with humble pride. Wear them knowing that you are essential. Wear them knowing that you have the power to change a smile, and in doing so, change a life. Congratulations again on this milestone. Go out there and make us proud. Thank you.
Okay, so now this is the moment that you all have been waiting for. So I want the first row to please go ahead and follow Miss Heidi Carrizo. She's right. Okay. As I announce your name, please come on the stage. Jenna Bano. She will be coded by her mother, Kathleen Bano. Jaylee Canales. She will be coded by her father and mother, Mr. and Mrs. Canales. Myra Castro. She will be coded by her sister, Sandra Argote. Nakaya Renee Dobbs. She will be coded by her mother, Brandy Dobbs. Sydney Drott. She will be coded by her mother, Jelena Drott. Nikki Elsperman. She will be coded by her father, Michael Elsperman. Elliot Garza, he will be coded by his mother, Michelle Garza. Stacy Guerra, she will be coded by her boyfriend, Raj Das. And her daughter, Leila Guerrero. Brandon Ho, he will be coded by Dr. Harold Henson. Shayla Jaramillo, she will be coded by her mother, Myra Jaramillo. Elgin Norisel Mejia, she will be coded by her mother, Teresa Mejia. Jalissa Mendoza, she will be coded by her mother, Letitia Knight. Anne Nagangas, she will be coded by her brother, Dr. Henry Wright. Sahand Naqipur, he will be coded by his brother-in-law, Dr. Sarush Esfandiari. He's an alumnus of our school, DDS class of 2000. Ashley Oates. She will be coded by her father, John Oates. Rebecca Palacio. She will be coded by her mother, Julie Perez, and her father, Humberto Palacio. Eden Patton. She will be coded by her father, David Patton. Samantha Pena. She will be coded by her mother, Millie Reyna. Casey Reyes. She will be coded by her mother and father, Mr. and Mrs. Reyes. Nina Rose Chelsea Reyes. She will be coded by her mother, Miss Elena Reyes. Jacqueline Rojas. She will be coded by Dr. Harold Henson. Ashley Rushton. She will be coded by her husband, Mr. Tyler Rushton. Tierney Scott. She will be coded by her mother and father, Mr. and Mrs. Scott. Marina Sain. She will be coded by Dr. Harold Henson. Sydney Strong. She will be coded by her mother, Miss Carmen Strong. Angela Tran. She will be coded by her father, Tien Nguyen. T. Mi Na Tran. She will be coded by her sisters, Nian Nguyen and Mai Tran. Elisa Velasco. She will be coded by her aunt, Miss Emily Urbano. Bibi Shukriya Wali. She will be coded by her mother, Feruza Wali, and her father, Abdul Wali. Okay. Well, now we need to make it official. Dental hygiene class of 2027, please rise. And I would like to invite my dental hygiene colleagues, and if there is any dental hygienists in the audience, to please stand so we can recite our dental hygiene oath. So please repeat after me. Okay. And it's on the screen as well. So yes, it's behind your, on the back of your program and on the screen. In my practice as a dental hygienist, I affirm my personal and professional commitment to improve the oral health of the public, to advance the art and science of the dental hygiene, and to promote high standards of quality care. I pledge continually to improve my professional knowledge and skills, to render a full measure of service to each patient entrusted to my care, and to uphold the highest standards of professional competence and personal conduct in the interest of the dental hygiene profession and the public it serves. Dental hygiene class of 2027, congratulations. Please return so your family and loved ones can give you guys another round of applause. Turn around and so they can see you.
Before you, yeah, after all this, let me just say a closing remark, but
Sure.
finish yours.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So you may be seated. Before we close today's ceremony, I would like to acknowledge a lot of people. This event couldn't have happened without the help and support of many people here at the school at UTSD and from different departments. So I would like to acknowledge, and because this couldn't be possible without all their help and support. First, I would like to thank our administration, Dr. Valenza. Thank you for all your support. Also, the University of Texas Dental Hygiene Alumni Association, the Office of Student and Academic Affairs, Ms. Grace Avila, all her staff, Ms. Heidi Carizoles, Ms. Jessica Villa, Ms. Bernice Steele. They have been working on this event for the past, I don't know, many months to make this a memorable event and ceremony for you guys. So thank you all for all your support. I really appreciate it. Also, yes, yes. Also, the Department of Periodontics and Dental Hygiene, Dr. Angelov, thank you, and Dr. Henson, and also Ms. Rosalind Collins and Mr. Tim Warden, thank you all for everything, all your help and support. Also, the PACE Center, and Ms. Teresa Weiser and Mr. Kyle Rogers, thank you. The Cooley Center staff, Ms. Farah Mollahan and Mr. Whitney Anderson, our wonderful piano player, Mr. Joseph, thank you. Our wonderful photographer, Mr. Sean, thank you for taking all those pictures. Also, I would like to acknowledge the dental hygiene class of 2026, our DH2s. They came, they have been helping with volunteering, having booths out there. So thank you guys, all their officers, their classmates, they came today early morning to help out. I really appreciate you guys being here and help. This event would not be possible without you guys' help and support. I'm sorry if I missed anybody from the names, but again, thank you all so much for all your help and support, the families, loved ones, friends. Thank you for your support. They still have another long way to go. So just keep encouraging them, keep pushing them so they can finish this journey. Without your help, they cannot do that. And we have also you guys have a raffle ticket that you purchase. Just make sure you don't leave without knowing the results. We're gonna have it take a group picture of the students outside of the school, in front of the school. So I would like everybody to stay seated, please, until the students will go and take their pictures, and then they will come back to the coulee. We have a little reception for you all, a little goodies there for the students, and some, little snacks and drinks for you all to enjoy. Again, thank you all for being here. It's been a pleasure to meeting you all, and I wish you all a wonderful and safe holiday season. Thank you.
Well, I would like to just give some closing remarks. Back in we had this usually in the summer. I remember when the administration asked, would the hygiene would like to do the white coat ceremony. This was back in '99. Yours truly started all this. And I remember it was back, like, I had no idea. I had to do the research. I had to get the coats. I had to get the plants. I had to get the food. And one of my good colleagues, Professor Amy Murphy, we were tied to the hip, and she would help me with all this. And there's so many moving parts to this. Now, Raha always gives credit to all the people she mentioned, but really, we have to give credit to Raha. She has been exemplary. When I knew after a while I needed to hand it over, and in my mind I thought, well, who really would do this? And because it's a huge undertaking, right, with all the moving parts. But I just wanted to tell you, I made a great selection. Professor Nadiri has been a gem to work with. And one of the things that I always say, you need to say no. She's always yes. But I just want to personally say, as the interim, that I've been truly blessed to have her and to run this white coat. So with that, Raha, thank you.
Thank you, Dr.
Could I have a picture? Oh, he stepped out. So if you don't know, Raha was also my student. Most everyone's been my student. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hudson.
You're welcome. So as we close, remember, this is really your beginning, but when we get to graduation, it's another special occasion. So to the class, to the families, and to everyone here, happy holidays and happy 2027. 26, sorry. I'm already thinking your graduation. Okay, do you need to take pictures?
Yes, so please, you guys, family and friends, guests, please just stay seated. We'll go to the front, take the group picture, and then you guys will come back.
Well,